Trump's legal team is bashing a proposed protective order that would prevent him from publicly sharing evidence in his election interference case. Quote, in a trial about First Amendment rights, the government seeks to restrict First Amendment rights. Worse, it does so against its administration's primary political opponent during an election season in which the administration, prominent party members, and media allies have campaigned on the indictment and proliferated its false allegations.
Congressman Michael Waltz serves on the House Armed Services and Foreign Affairs Committee and joins us now. Congressman, good morning to you. The president is pushing back really hard on this protective order. He says that this would violate his First Amendment rights. Jack Smith says no, it won't. He just wants to make sure Trump doesn't disclose any evidence. So where do you come down on this?
This is amazing. I mean, the media and the left want to pretend like this isn't all occurring in the middle of an election season. They want to muzzle Trump. At the same time, President Trump's primary opponents, Biden, and the entire mainstream media are actually running on these indictments. President Trump's campaign opponents are campaigning on these indictments, and he's supposed to say nothing. It's nuts. It's ridiculous, and I'm glad he's pushing back.
You know, Congressman, the judge in the Trump Mar-a-Lago classified document case is obviously demanding to know why the DOJ wants to use a grand jury from out of state. Why do you think that is?
Well, because, they're using a grand jury from D.C., where it is overwhelmingly pro-Biden. It's overwhelmingly Democrat. It's one of the most liberal cities in the nation. So I think they've got a friendly operating environment here, much more friendly than increasingly red Florida. The other thing the special counsel is trying to do down in the Mar-a-Lago case is file things under seal. And this is a play right out of Adam Schiff's playbook. You file it under seal, just like Schiff had the impeachment hearings down in his skiff, and then you guys can't see it. The American people can't see what's going on. Witnesses can say one thing behind closed doors, but then go out and talk publicly and say a different thing. And then meanwhile, the Department of Justice leaks selective, salacious details, again, against the leading political opponent of Biden in the middle of a presidential campaign. Fortunately, it looks like the judge in that case is pushing back.
I didn't even know you could use an out-of-state grand jury, but he sure is facing a whole lot and possibly more charges to come down. In Georgia, apparently, they put up barricades outside the Fulton County Courthouse. So one can draw a conclusion as to what the future will look like there. In the meantime, let's talk about yesterday. The 13 families, the Gold Star families who lost their loved ones during the horrific withdrawal from Afghanistan, they all testified together for the very first time. Emotional, heart-wrenching, very important testimony. Steve Nakui, the father of Lance Corporal Kareem Nakui, joined us earlier in the show, and here's what he had to say. Listen to this, Congressman.
I guess what we're doing now, I think just to have a recognition, to have our government say, look, we made a mistake. These are their names. We appreciate, maybe a little what I explained before, just a recognition, because inevitably the younger kids that are trying to enlist now, they're looking at these experiences and that our country has had. And I wouldn't want to be a young man and go into this armed services with the withdrawal of the evacuation fresh on my mind.
Yeah, the bravery these families displayed, the heartbreaking messages that they gave yesterday was certainly something. Congressman, 2 years later, where are we in this investigation into what happened?
Well, we're continuing to uncover more and more, despite some disgraceful, disgusting stonewalling from this administration. And I'm so glad that these families had a chance to have their say. I give Representative Darrell Issa a lot of credit for holding that hearing. Look, I've dealt with Gold Star families my entire career. I've met with these families. Of course, they're grieving, but I've never seen a level of anger that from families like these. They feel like they've been lied to. They still have items missing from their loved ones that they haven't had access to. They've heard nothing from President Biden. They feel like he wants it to sweep it all under the rug. And as one father said yesterday, his son, his Marine, said, be a grown-ass man and own your mistakes. And that's what they're asking of Joe Biden.
Amen to that. Congressman, we have to leave it there. Thank you so much. Fox and Friends starts right now.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.